What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the official WPBL podcast. My name is Ashton Lansdale, and I'm your host of this wonderful podcast. And working behind the scenes, we have our wonderful Toronto Mike. Mike, how you doing back there, big dog?
Hey, I like big dog. Can we keep that?
I can keep that for you for sure.
In my life, in my many years on this earth, I don't think I've ever been called big dog.
I'm honored to be your first.
I love it. But please tell us, you're a rising star. We covered that last week. What's up with Ashton Lansdale?
You know, Mike, every time that we reconvene every week, I feel like it seems that we've been away from each other for like at least a month because it's always like I have this new location that I've been to and this traveling that I've done and all these crazy things, but it's literally just a week to week basis, which is the wildest thing. But I just came back from Las Vegas. So the past 3 weeks, I've been to LA, New York, and then to Vegas. And now currently I'm in Atlanta. So 4 big cities under my belt this last month, which is pretty cool, all because of banana balls. So it's been fun. Las Vegas was actually my first time there, and it's pretty cool. I didn't get to go out to the strip a whole lot and see a whole lot of things because we had all night games and stuff, but we had great games. We actually unfortunately lost the series to the Coconuts, which I guess I'm kind of okay with because Danae Benitez is on the Coconuts and Las Vegas is her hometown. So maybe it was that hometown spirit that was lifting them up, but they had a great weekend. So did we. And Danae was living her best life out there. I'll tell you that much. She was feeling the hometown love.
Did I see her get a base hit?
She sure did. She got a base knock in the 6th hole at her first at bat of the weekend. And then she also killed her walk up and a few other dances on the field. So she just had a phenomenal weekend.
Amazing. But you know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Oh, it stays in Vegas. And we're hoping that our bad luck stayed in Vegas for sure.
So I love living precariously through you. Like that is a wild week. Every week I get these updates. And meanwhile, I never left the city of Toronto. I didn't leave it once this past week.
Yeah. Like I'm literally never in one place at a time. I'm never home more than 2 days at a time. Like it is definitely a crazy, wild, interesting life that I get to live, but I truly wouldn't change it for the world.
Did you hear, Ashton, the big news from the WPBL this past week?
Well, if it's the big news that I think you're talking about, then yes, I did hear.
So, I did a little math. I got out my calculator. I needed a calculator.
Mapped out my calculator.
And my calendar. So I had a calculator, a calendar, and an abacus. And I figure
all the tools.
You're less than 3 months away from the inaugural WPBL season. And we just had a big news release. You want me to read you a couple of paragraphs?
Yeah, okay. Read it off.
I'll read it off, then you respond.
Okay.
So,
live reactions, go.
I love it. The regular season will take place over 6 weeks from August 1st to September 6th, with teams fighting for position in the first ever WPBL playoffs, culminating in September's WPBL championship. This historic season will mark the first time in 70-plus years that women will take the field as part of an all-women professional league. Tickets will be released soon. Join the First Pitch Club for exclusive info and early access to tickets for the 2026 WPBL inaugural season. The 2026 WPBL inaugural season will take place at Robin Roberts Stadium in Springfield, Illinois, a location deeply connected to the history of professional women's baseball, with one of the first ever pro women's baseball games being played in Springfield in 1875. Okay, that's a long-winded way of me building up to this sentence. On the WPBL's opening day, Los Angeles and New York will have the honor of playing the league's first ever game at 5 p.m. on August 1st. Ashton, we have ourselves a schedule.
We do. It's so exciting. I mean, just to know when we're going to play, who we're going to play, and honestly for the fans to know when we're going to play too, because I want people to start scheduling their travel trips to Springfield, Illinois. I want people to know what's going on, and I want people to start planning their trips to come see us play. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so it's going to be LA and New York. So how do you
Yeah,
feel about playing in that first ever game?
that is, I mean, that is just so cool. The fact that, I get to play in the very first WPBL game along with my teammates and the New York team. So that is going to be a truly special moment. And I just can't wait to get there and live that out with all the girls on the field and the guys too, our coaches and umpires and everyone that's there. So everyone who's, worked up to get to August 1st and done everything in their power to make this happen, that's just going to be a special day for everyone who's been a part of this. And I mean, I'm just blessed that I get to be a part of the very first ever WPBL game. I mean, that is just, it's unreal, honestly.
And you'll be going against your dear friend and former guest of this very podcast,
Yep.
the aforementioned Danae Benitez.
My 6'7" draft picky. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
And we've had a number of people, number of your teammates have been on, including of course Monet Davis. So it'll be exciting to have Monet Davis in that game.
It will. I think that stadium is going to be rocking on August 1st. And like I said, the fact that the schedule's out now, I think the stadium is going to be packed and it's going to be loud, and we're just going to have fun and make history.
So if people listening go to the WPBL website, I know I read it in the press release there, but if you join the First Pitch Club,
yes,
yeah, you'll be like the first to know when you can buy these tickets, and you'll get to know everything. So it's going to be a historic inaugural season, and I'm just excited. I get to take it in from this unique perspective, and
you do.
It's happening, Ash.
Yeah, and you're a part of building something unique for the league too with this podcast and everything. I mean, we're getting the word out to the world, to new people, and to viewers across the internet. So, I mean, what we're doing here is very special, and it's just another thing that is going to make this league just jump to the next step and push us forward.
Amazing. And we have another great guest on the podcast this week.
We do. We have actually a very interesting guest that is going to be, I feel like, a highly utilized player, an important player in this league. Lexi Hastings on Boston. Everyone say what's up, Lexi. How are you doing today?
Hello. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for hopping on. This is awesome. How you doing?
Pretty good, just living the life, training. Finished up my first year of grad school, so
awesome. What's the degree in?
Higher ed and student affairs. So
okay. Do you plan on doing anything with that so far, or any specific plans?
I'm just trying to stay where my feet are, and I feel like this year has been accumulation of so many different things. Like I've signed 2 pro contracts in the midst of my first year of grad school, so I'm just in the process of enjoying exactly where I'm at.
It up. That is a great answer. I love that. And I'm glad you mentioned the 2 pro contracts that you signed. So everyone, for you guys that may not know Lexi Hastings, we're going to dive a little deeper into her background, her career, and all the good stuff. So for those of you that don't know, this is Lexi's basically first year ever playing baseball. Kind of like the opposite of what I did my whole life growing up playing baseball. I switched over to softball in college. You grew up playing softball. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Never played baseball. You played softball all the way through graduating college, and then somehow you got involved with women's baseball after that. I want you to dive into that and unpack all that, because that's truly amazing how you kind of just said, let me see what this baseball thing's about.
Yeah. It's true. It was truly by accident that it kind of happened. But I mean, honestly, I look back and it was like exactly.
There's no mistakes. Happy accidents.
Yes. But basically, like post my college career, I knew I wanted to continue playing, and I wasn't sure what the opportunities looked like coming from a mid-major school and kind of navigating pro softball originally. And I had never really seen anyone from the Big East go. And so this summer I heard about the WPBL. It was an open tryout, an opportunity that I hadn't been given. So I was like, I could probably play baseball. Like, it doesn't seem that different. And then thought I was signing up for the tryout, ended up signing up for the All-American Women's Baseball Classic, which is literally in my backyard. And at the time I was doing some like operation stuff on the pro softball side, and was just trying to test out what that world looked
What
like.
was available, yeah.
And ended up just full sending into the tournament and had a couple weeks of training. And then it was perfect because it allowed me to like see some live and get some reps before heading to DC for the tryout. And here we are now.
Yeah, that's so cool. If I remember correctly, I remember I was still at Ole Miss playing softball, and you know Jaden Pone, right?
Yes.
You reached out to Jaden and you were like, hey, I accidentally signed up for like this baseball thing. And, you know, you were talking to her about it, whatever. And then Jaden actually told you to reach out to me, if I'm correct. And then you DM me on Instagram. You're like, hey, probably have no idea who I am, but I somehow signed up for this baseball thing. Could you like give me some tips? And I'm like, girl, you look like you're a baller already. Like, you're going to be totally fine. But I mean, that's just so crazy. Like how you accidentally signed up for a baseball tournament. That's wild.
Yeah. I was really shocked by like how many women actually play like baseball. Like, I didn't know who to ask or, but like, yeah, I was just blown away.
Yeah. So how was that first baseball tournament for you? The AAG, oh gosh, too many letters. It's
The acronym.
All American Girl Pro. I forget what it is. Anyways, how was that first tournament for you?
Honestly, I was a little nervous just knowing that a lot of these girls had played baseball their entire life. I wasn't sure like the community I was coming into, how they felt about softball players or but I mean, everyone was super welcoming, and I say it to people all the time, like, this is a really unique community, and they were just happy to see another girl playing baseball. So I was really impressed too to see how many people were willing to like take me under their wing and kind of give me cues along the way. So
absolutely, the women baseball community is definitely very special people, very unique people. And I mean, like, I think the female baseball players now, like, we just have such a special insight and outlook on baseball, on athletes, on our way of life. So I'm glad that you found your way to this community, and I already know that you're fitting in so well, and I just love to see it for you. I love to see how, you know, you can have a softball girl come into baseball just as you had a baseball girl like me go into softball. So it's like a two-way street almost, which is really cool. And, you know, just to give people a little more background about you as well, like, you set some records at University of Connecticut. And I mean, all 4 years All-American, if I'm correct. You set some records, some hitting records. I mean, you were a baller at UConn. So there's definitely no doubt in my mind that you can play in this league. And, you know, coming from a very high level softball level of play, how have you noticed any differences in baseball, women's baseball versus playing in softball? Is your training any different? What have you noticed trying to balance both sports?
Honestly, I don't find it to be too difficult. I think naturally my swing is, the bat path is set up to translate to baseball really well. Like, I'm a slapper, small ball kid.
We also got some power behind you too.
I can swing it sometimes.
You can, come on now.
But yeah, so I mean, like, that aspect is pretty like transferable. I think what I contribute to the game is I love to steal and run the bases. So it's actually like exciting to like start with like a lead. It definitely is like a longer sprint, and you know, running a triple is a lot different. But I mean, as far as the training, like, I think now that I've done college softball for 4 years, like, I know what I need to be successful. And it's really, for me, just like the timing aspect. And honestly, I found that baseball has actually helped in the softball world, like seeing a smaller ball, being able to like have that hand-eye coordination. And also like have the range in the outfield too. So
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
fun.
I think it definitely goes both ways. I always say like playing both sports for me has benefited, like softball has benefited my baseball game. Baseball has benefited my softball game. So it's really cool to see, how they work hand in hand. What's been like something that you maybe didn't expect getting into baseball? Is there anything that's like caught you by surprise?
Ooh. Honestly, the first thing that comes to mind is like a cloudy day in baseball playing the outfield. I
Mhm.
swear I'm
Can't find the
blinking
ball
so
as
many
easy.
times to try to find.
I bet. Yeah. That's like my
So I
least
mean,
favorite condition to play in, like the gloomy, cloudy days. Always my least favorite.
yeah, like I definitely my eyes will strain out there, so I have to really
Yeah.
like stay locked in every pitch. But
Yeah. And it's like it's that weird one because I'm definitely like a big sunglass wearer on the field, and it's like that weird in between brightness where it's like sunglasses are too dark, but you take them off and it's too bright. I totally get what you
yeah.
mean.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's cool. What I don't know, what has maybe like interested you about baseball that has wanted you to, continue to play this sport? Because like you said, you kind of accidentally signed yourself up for that first tournament, but then you continued and signed up for tryouts. Did you, just like playing baseball? What made you kind of fall in love with the game, shall I say?
Honestly, I loved the idea of like a new challenge. I love being a part of something that's building. That was really salient to my experience at UConn and like building a legacy and being a part of something. So that naturally attracted me to the formation of the league. And I think once I was in it, the community was really something that
Mhm.
was just like these women have been fighting for a place in the sport their entire life. And I resonate that with that in different aspects of my own life and story. So um, it just felt natural
Yeah.
to be a part of that community. And I continue to like run towards the places where I'm appreciated, never tolerated. And this league saw value in each of us to like be a part of that building and be a part of history. So again, naturally, those are the places that I want to be a part of too. So
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Well, you're a superstar both on and off the field. And you just mentioned that you're in grad school and doing all these things. Do you have any plans, beyond sports in your life? Do you want to coach? Like what's the big picture for you here?
ooh, there's
There
so
is
many
one
things
because let
that
me tell you, I barely have a big picture too. So
there's so many things that I care about, I'm really passionate about.
Mhm.
Um, my work right now in my capacity as like a grad student is in the Title IX space, and I really care
Okay,
about
amazing.
social justice. I care about equity and inclusion, and I think in my capacity as now moving into a pro athlete, like I would love to use my platform and sport as a vehicle towards that change. And I think we're in an amazing time in women's sports for that to happen.
Absolutely.
And then also like my own personal connection and story is like fostered youth is something that's really important to me. May is National Foster Care Month. So
Yeah.
really just using my platform to show young foster kids out there that they can have the agency to towards healing and
Yeah.
can become something. So
Yeah, that's
um,
amazing. Yeah, and I think you
we'll figure it
found
out.
a yeah, you found a great community definitely for your interest in, in your work in the Title IX and everything like that with women's baseball. Like, I mean, we need the representation, we need the backing. So having someone like you here with us, I found that community is just another piece to the puzzle that, brings us all together, but also, reps us really well and just has the kind of like the burning passion to just show the world that we belong and we
Mhm.
don't deserve to be discriminated, and we deserve to be here just as much as male baseball players deserve to be here as well. So I love that you found the community of women baseball for both you and for women in baseball and women in sports in general too.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
inspiring. Like every time I'm around y'all and like just conversations, I'm just so like my cup is always filled and I'm
Yeah.
just so like fueled to just continue to be a part of the movement. So kudos
Yeah.
to you too.
Thank you, thank you. What's been like I want to kind of dive into that a little bit more because I do feel like I always talk about how amazing all of these women baseball players are and our personalities and stuff. what's maybe like a common attribute or a characteristic that you would say women baseball players have, or that they just naturally carry with them? Have you noticed anything like that? How we maybe act differently as people because of the places and how we've grown up being discriminated in our sport?
Mm. I think there's so many, but I think grit is definitely something
Hmm.
that comes to mind. I think swag too. Like I
Yeah,
love being around like the baseball world because people just play the game and like totally embody like what it means to be a woman in baseball, and I love it.
yeah,
Um, and I think just like you can tell by the way that we all show up and conduct ourselves that like we're
absolutely.
truly competing for something like bigger than ourselves, and
Yes.
that shows in like every facet, like the gratitude we have towards the staff,
Yeah.
the coaches. We're such learners of the game, like we
Mhm.
want to learn and get better and help each other, and hold ourselves to a high standard. So I mean, I think there's just so many different like,
I love it. Yeah. You definitely hit
characteristics.
yeah, you definitely hit the wow, I was about to say the head on the nail with that one. But yeah, we are definitely some unique people. But again, I'm glad that you fit so well in with our community and everything, and just your grit as well. And like I've seen you play a few times, and you're definitely very passionate and fiery and everything. So you're gonna have a great time playing for Boston and the WPBL. One thing I did want to dive into, if you're comfortable with it, was talking about you growing up and your foster life and everything. Do you feel like that has shaped who you are? Obviously, off the field, it has shaped who you are, but maybe on the field, and being an athlete, how has growing up being a foster kid, how has that impacted you? Maybe on the field more so than off the field.
Yeah. So I started playing first individual sports as a way of like developing a sense of self and confidence. And just, I think a lot of times the foster care world, people think that, you know, these kids need saved. But I think something like, yes, that is, can be a part of that story, but also the agency for the kids to see that they're worth saving and that they can
Mhm.
save themselves, and that's a really big aspect in how they move forward in their journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
um and then I eventually got into like team sports and learned that resilience aspect. That was kind of step two. And I truly loved being a teammate. Um, my first team sport was cheerleading. So naturally, like the chants in softball, like I just fell in love with the sport. Um, for many years was probably like the worst one on my team, but I would love to like be a base runner and be the loudest one in the dugout. And I always had a team and village around me. So I think that really shaped how I show up as a teammate. Like it's one of my greatest joys in life. And that's
Absolutely.
why when it came to like choosing a sport I wanted to play in college, it was really easy to choose the softball route.
Yeah.
Um, and I think just also the connection to competing for something bigger than yourself and how you show up every day and the legacy you want to leave behind. Um, and yeah, I think just also naturally, in college athletics, like it can be hard and tough sometimes with the schedule and even the things that we put our bodies through. So just that constant reminder of like, I've been through way tougher things. And
Yeah.
um, this sport is actually mobilizing me towards creating the impact and change that I want. So
Beautiful, beautiful. That was a great answer. Well, I really appreciate you answering that question. I want to bring Mike in now. Mike, do you have any questions for Lexi as you got to know her a little bit?
Well, it was great getting to know Lexi. I had no idea, Lexi, that you were a softball superstar who kind of accidentally ended up playing baseball. And next thing you know it, you're drafted 20th overall in the WPBL inaugural draft. Like, that is an amazing story.
It is.
thank you. I'm still shocked. Like my reaction was so underwhelming, and I'm
It
still
so
like,
was. I
I don't
was
know how
literally
we're
there.
here.
I was like, hey, like you got drafted. Did you know that? She was just sitting there all quiet in the stands because she was at Fort Myers for the tournament with us. It's like, hey, like, get up.
I had no
Drafted.
idea. I was just like, okay.
That's like unbelievable. Like, oh, accidentally 20th overall pick in the WPBL. Like, that's amazing. So off the top, Lexi, I was chatting with Ashton about the fact the complete WPBL regular season schedule is now available. And I checked it out online and I saw that your first game, Boston, you're playing San Francisco on Sunday, August 2nd at 6:30 p.m. at Robin Roberts Stadium. So two questions. One, how excited are you to get that first regular season game under your belt? And how badly do you wish that Boston could have drawn the very first game, that historic first game? Why does LA and New York get all the love?
Well, first of all, I'm very excited. I think I don't know what that moment is going to feel like, but like I am so ready to like take it all in. To the second part of your question, I will be finishing up my pro softball season. So honestly, I'm not terribly mad that we don't have the first game. So everything is beautifully lined up for me this year with all my schedules and logistical things. So yeah,
I love that for you.
me too.
Okay,
because let me tell you, it has been
Yeah.
a huge stressor, but
Oh, story of my life. You want to get into it? Yeah.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah.
on that note, I've always been curious. My final question, Lexi, is do you think the banana ball players like Ashton have an advantage heading into this inaugural WPBL season?
We were just talking about that actually.
Yeah.
I think anybody who's playing the game of baseball competitively right now, whether it's the young ones that are playing high school, anyone playing on independent leagues right now, I think just getting live reps at any capacity or any type of teamwork is huge and an advantage. But I also think some of that like fan engagement and excitement that they're able to bring currently playing banana ball is going to just benefit the league as well. So yes.
What a diplomatic answer.
Yeah, well, I'll say the same thing for you, Lexi. Like, you're playing a professional softball league ahead of the WPBL season. So, I mean, I know it's not baseball and they're two completely different sports. You know, we got into that, but still, like you said, like you're still playing with the team and you're still getting live reps and
Yep.
you're still playing a bat and ball sport. So I think you're going to be more than well prepared for WPBL in August 2nd for you. Yeah. Cool. Well, Lexi.
Amazing.
Yeah. Great conversation that we had. Thank you for hopping on with us today. Please tell the people how they can follow you on social media and all that good stuff.
So you can follow my Instagram and TikTok. TikTok is where a lot of the fun happens at Lexi_Hastings. And I will be capturing my journey along the way and all the craziness and all the fun. So
sweet. She's got good content, so y'all should follow along for sure.
thanks.
Sweet. Lexi, well, we will see you next time. Thank you for your time today.
Vice versa. Good catching up.
Awesome. Yeah, you too. So you guys, well, that was a pretty good conversation. I enjoyed that. We're definitely going to have Lexi back on and have to get an update on her pro softball endeavors and getting into WPBL and all the baseball things and just how she's been doing and everything. It's just a very unique and interesting story and life that she gets to live, which props to her. I mean, it's awesome. Probably one of the first athletes to ever play in a professional softball and baseball league all in the same year, back to back. So that's pretty sick. And yeah, can't wait to see how that all unfolds, and definitely cannot wait for August 1st for LA versus New York at 5 p.m. at Robin Roberts Stadium in Springfield, Illinois. I will see you guys there for sure. But in the meantime, you can follow me at Ashton Lansdell across all platforms, ASHTONLANSDELL. And for anything and everything about the WPBL, you can follow us on socials at WPBL_official or go to womensprobaseballleague.com. I will catch you guys later. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Have a good one.